The markets regulator, that is the Securities and Exchange Board of India, has today decided not to, further extend the timeline that they had allowed to implement the new system in which the shares had to be pledged and repledged. It is likely to come into effect from 1st of September 2020, that is tomorrow. Remember that in the past, the original guidelines were given by the regulator. On 1st of June, it was likely to be implemented. However, it has been extended by a couple of months already. Now, what they actually want to do is they want to apply the FNO segment margin system that we have into the cash segment as well. Investors in general do not have to pay any upfront margin while trading into cash instruments or the cash segment as we have. But now the regulator wants to actually implement the margin collection system on the cash segment as well, which means that either an investor or a trader will have to pay an upfront amount before the trade has actually been executed, and that amount we understand from sources is about 20% that is going to be applicable. Also, the sources that I have been talking to say that many of the brokers in the market are not actually ready with their systems to implement this particular new proposal that SEBI has proposed, and there are many lakhs of client data that is yet to be mapped because there are a lot of participants that get involved. You have the broker, you have the clearing corporation, as well as the depositories that get involved in these complex transactions. And what SEBI has done is they want to implement the pledge and the repledge system into Indian securities as well. In case a broker is unable to collect the margin upfront from the client, then there would be a penalty involved as per the regulator. So this will actually lead to some disruption in the market as well. Just let me give you a few examples of how of what is actually going to happen. So in case you want to do buying and selling of the shares, it will require an additional margin or an upfront margin from now onwards, which needs to be generated from the client account to the broker account as well. The shares that have been bought today cannot be essentially sold tomorrow, and the shares that have been sold today, until the money has been realized in the client's account, the proceeds of that sale cannot be used for purchase of another security as well. So that is going to cause some bit of risk that we have in the market as well. Some of the pros and cons that we have been working, or market participants have been telling us in the past few weeks, we have seen that a lot of high beta names have been buzzing in the market. There will be definitely a cap on those cash segment equities that were buzzing in trade, and you will have reduction in the volume as well as activity in the market, which will eventually lead to reduction in or lesser realization of STT for the government as well. You have the pros that one is working with. Of course, the market regulator is essentially working or implementing this in order to reduce the speculation that happens in the market. And of course, there is a lot of misuse that happens as far as the client shares are concerned in the pool account. So this will put a cap on that as well. We also spoke to Deena Mehta, who is the managing director at Asit C Mehta, and she was quite vocal about what has been implemented. She said that of course the nervousness in the system or in the markets is not only because of this particular reason, which is implementation of the new margin rules, but also you have to look at the merit of the small and the mid cap stocks that had been rallying in the past few weeks. And the new system, according to her, has been badly implemented because, like I said, many brokers are still not ready, and the regulator has not done an exceptional good job when it comes to hand holding of the investor or the market participants as well. So that is one of the reasons that she also cited. And also she concluded by saying that subjecting such a systemic risk to the investor is actually unwarranted. So we did see a knee-jerk reaction in the market today as well, but come tomorrow it will be very interesting to see how the market reacts to this.